Hello, guys, I'm tyc, good to see you again. Now Torchlight Infinite Preseason has already started. A lot of you are concerned about which hero am I going to play this preseason. Who's the most powerful hero? In this video, I'll make a preseason hero recommendation. So first let's learn about preseason. In this preseason, the characteristic is the enlarging in physique. When you get bigger physique, there will be additional area. It also adds additional skill damage. As to the sources of enlarged physique, in addition to the gear, officially, 3 sources are given. The first is that defeating specific preseason monsters, gladiators, will enlarge physique. Secondly, increasing your max life will enlarge physique. Thirdly, the increasing max energy shield also enlarges physique. Through these 3 ways, you can pile on your physique. Also, every 1% enlarged physique brings additional 1% damage. And don't know if it's additional 1% skill area and additional 1% minion damage. So what we're going to do is to pile on the character's physique. And how? It's all 3 of those things. The first is to defeat gladiators. It's the same for every hero. I'm not going to make a recommendation. The second is to increase max life. Well, speaking of which, a lot of you guys will know which hero I'm going to recommend. Seeding Silhouette Rehan. Firstly, Seeding Silhouette Rehan, as the tanky hero of Torchlight Infinite Season 1, can easily reach 40 to 50,000 life. He is undoubtedly the perfect fit for stacking max life. There's a trait of Seeding Silhouette Rehan, split form. All max resistances are fixed at 60%, for every 15% resistance exceeding the max resistance, adding 2% additional max life. Here resistance refers to all resistances, including elemental resistance and erosion resistance. That's to say, when resistances are over 60%, there will be 2% additional max life for every 15% resistance exceeding the max resistance. This way Seeding Silhouette can be super tanky, and can increase life by a huge amount. Let me show you my previous Seeding Silhouette Rehan in the season server. Now life is 21,000. Energy shield is 23,000. Let's talk about life first. Actually, the gears I'm wearing are all about life. When crafting, first you need to pile up the basic life. Then it's about stacking elemental resistance. Elemental resistance will give us extra life. Through these 2, we can have a huge amount of life. When you have enough life, it's time to consider increasing energy shield. This season, there's a dream interpretation affix. This one, interpreting dream on the necklace. You can add part of max life to energy shield. After having this affix, no need to pile up too much energy shield on the gears. And you can still have a huge amount of energy shield, because the energy shield in this affix is a base value. And the percentage addition and affixes can be added to it, including affixes that add 1% of max energy shield from talents and from the chest armor. Also the energy shield bonus affixes from talents. You can see. Take this one for example. Let's say we're at 17,000 life. Energy shield is 20,000. After taking off the necklace, life goes down a little bit because there's resistance in the necklace. However, energy shield suddenly goes down for over 10,000. 16,000. So that's a lot of energy shield in this necklace. Actually, we don't need a particularly large stack of energy shield. Through this affix, we got a lot of energy shield. So this preseason, my personal recommendation for the best hero is still Seeding Silhouette Rehan. He not only has huge amounts of life, but also can have huge energy shield. For the necklace's dream interpretation, officially it means you can enlarge physique in 3 ways: energy shield, life, and defeating gladiator. But there's a ceiling. Each of them is capped separately. So if you stack a lot through single affixes, for example, some heroes can stack energy shield to 50 or 60,000. If they put on Imperial Might, energy shield can be stacked super high, but there's a cap. We don't know exactly what the cap is. It must be relatively balanced between each way. Stack life and energy shield to huge amounts at the same time. Relatively speaking, it might be better. So here's a recommendation for Seeding Silhouette Rehan. I don't know how much the cap is. For every 1% physique, increase additional 1% damage. If it is up to 100, each stat is up to 100. Then pile up both life and energy shield into affixes. You can get additional 200% damage. Also because of the trait of Seeding Silhouette Rehan, which increases scale area through physique. You can use some large area scales, like increasing damage by increasing area. This way, physique brings both damage and area increase. Double enhancement skill. Here I recommend Flame Slash. Many of you know that Flame Slash and Berserking Blade. Let's take Flame Slash for example. Every 50% increase in skill area increases the number of fire torrents by 2. Fire torrents have a poorer hit decision. The wider the area, the more fire torrents. 100% increase in skill area brings 4 fire torrents. That's 4 times more hit. Although shotgun effect fall-off coefficient is 80%, each additional fire torrent gives additional damage. So the larger the area, the higher the damage of the skill. At the same time, area increases additional 1% damage. Through area and additional damage, you can enjoy huge benefits. So in this preseason, Seeding Silhouette Rehan is going to be super powerful. I'm done talking about this character. Let's see what gear is suitable. Here I recommend a few legendary gears. They're great for the early stage. Let's just search here. For example, this legendary helmet. Last Words of Chaos. Here's a corroded affix of Last Words of Chaos. Let me see. At 20% physique when you have at least 1000 strength. It's suitable for Seeding Silhouette Rehan. You can try to get 1000 strength. With more strength, you can enlarge 20% physique. 20% physique equals 20% additional damage. Also, here's a very good transitional chest armor. Like this one. This one has giantism. Enlarge physique by 15%. Add scale area and decrease physical damage taken. It also adds aura scale. The drop of this chest armor was special. It dropped from the boss King Lionheart in the story. When you go through the story, if you make this boss, you can fight a couple more times. When you have this chest armor, you'll find it suitable for both stories in the early stage and low-level netherrealm in later stage. The chest armor is also universal. You can wear it no matter what your character is. The rest is Imperial Might. This might be expensive. It's a late option. It enlarges physique upon killing. If you corrode this, then you can get self-enlarged physique. Also, Imperial Might brings a lot of defense. This includes the aforementioned energy shield. After raising defense, there will be a lot of energy shield. Energy shield also enlarges your physique. Imperial Might can also decrease seal mana. It's a gear for the relatively late stage. There's a belt that can also enlarge physique. It's also very useful in the early stage. Sigh of the Giant. Gains giantism every 8 seconds, which means enlarging physique, lasting for 4 seconds. This can't be permanent, but it is possible to be extended by skill duration, cooldown and so on. However, this belt has the same giantism affix as the aforementioned Aslan. They're conflicting. So if you have Aslan, the belt can be replaced. If not, you can wear this belt to transition. That's all for the introduction of this video. If you're interested, please subscribe. See you next time.